Working or what? Let me see this shit. Yo, what's good, boys? We are streaming in my new setup. So, this is not the warehouse setup. I'm actually streaming on my iMac, so hopefully this shit doesn't crash or anything. But, let me just log in real quick. 164. Let's see, is this shit working or what, boys? Early ass live, yes, boys. We're gonna do a live real quick. Make sure everything works. If there's anything that's wrong with it, let me know. I'm gonna do a live for like an hour, and then I'm gonna go gym, boys. So, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Oh shit. Okay. Mods, please put in the chat that we are going live. All right. I don't know why this chat is looking mad small, but I guess it'll do for now. Let's see. I might change the name or the text color if you guys want me to. Let's see. Custom. I'll do black. I bet. Alright, bet. Alright, I changed this shit. I'm gonna change this shit too. Alright, boys. Mods, send link in the Discord. Alright, so while you guys join, today I'm going to be doing a little story time on how I hit 7 figures at the age of 21. And hopefully you guys can just take a lot out of the video, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, or the stream, because I'm going to be showing exactly my process and stuff that I went through to get to this position, you feel me? And yeah, I have a little Miro board set up, you know what I'm saying? So you guys can see here. So from brokey to Richie, you know what I'm saying? So this is me when I was broke, probably 2 to 3 years ago. So it's actually only been like, I would say 3-ish years until I started getting results. Um, so yeah, from Brokey to Richie, exactly what I did. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you guys a little backstory on everything, and yeah, let's just get started. For everyone that's watching, let me know if there's any issues, anything like that, in the chat. Let's see. I'm gonna move this shit real quick. Bet. Okay. Sounds good. All right. So, pretty much to get started, if you guys don't know anything about me, I'm gonna give you guys a quick little backstory. So, in high school, I pretty much spent every single day during like my high school years trying to make money online. I was trying to figure stuff out, trying to make money. I literally couldn't, because during this time period there was nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I did drop shipping, copywriting, stocks, reselling. I did what else did I do? Like, I did a whole bunch of different. I did Etsy, I did Amazon. I did a bunch of different, I guess, business ideas, and none of it really worked. And fast forward, so to give a little story time, okay? So high school, freshman, sophomore, and junior year. During my sophomore year, that's when COVID happened. So that's when I went home, and I was literally just grinding every single day. Everyone was playing video games, doing bullshit during COVID, but I was trying to make money. So during COVID, I was trying these different things. I started a brand during COVID, but unfortunately, it failed because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So fast forward, my senior year in high school, I decided to start a jewelry brand. Okay, so this is, if you guys are an OG fan, you guys would know this. So I started a jewelry brand in high school when I was a senior, and from there, what happens is I pretty much make $0. Okay, so I'll give you guys a little backstory. I sold handmade jewelry on Etsy, and these yeah, Brand Jewelry Co. It was called Brand Jewelry Co. So that was the jewelry brand that I had. It was handmade jewelry, okay? Handmade jewelry. It would take me an hour to make each necklace, and I sold it for $20, okay? And the cost of goods was like $15. So I would make $5 an hour, okay? That's just worse than Shein workers, you know what I'm saying? So I spent so much time and energy and effort into this business trying to make this shit work, because I don't know why. I was low-key stupid. I was doing some weird shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why, but I don't know why I thought that shit was a good idea, you know what I'm saying? So pretty much what happens is I go, I'd say like 7 months into the business, and that's when I realized, like, I'm fucking cooked, you know what I'm saying? This shit's not working. I believe, shit, I don't even know, like, maybe I got like $300-400 in sales. You feel me? So I got like $300-400 in sales, and it took me 8 months to get those sales, and I lost a lot of money. I was also working a job. I also got fired from that place, which was so fucking gay. Quick little story time on that is, like, I literally worked at a cashier at a restaurant, and I didn't do the work. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was goofing around and shit, like hanging out with friends. I would like not do the work, but I got fired like 4 or 5 months later from the owner, and after that I was like, fuck this shit, like I need to lock in, you know what I'm saying? So I graduate high school, and then from there what happens is I pretty much decide that I'm gonna start a clothing brand, you know what I'm saying? So basically what happened was I sold jewelry for my senior year in high school. And then from there, I was like, I'm gonna pivot to clothing, because my clothing, like, I wanted to do clothing, and I was like, you know what, this is the one thing that I actually failed when I started it in high school. So I was like, all right, bet, I'm gonna do clothing. So I didn't change my brand name. I didn't do anything different. Main reason why is because the way I thought about it was like, bro, like, I'm not gonna throw away the 8 months. You feel me? So that's the reason why I didn't change my name, and I just kept the Brand Jewelry Co. because it was a jewelry business, and I just shifted to clothing. So I graduated high school, and once I graduated high school, all of my friends went on a trip together. Okay, it wasn't together like as a group, but they all went to another country for the summer. I don't know why all of my friends during that time period did. I think it's because they graduated high school. So they all they went to Korea, you know what I'm saying? So they all go to a different country for the whole summer, and I was the only friend that didn't go. Okay, the main reason why I didn't go is because I didn't want to go. I just didn't want to go. I wanted to make money. Fuck Korea, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to make money, motherfucker. So all of my friends go, and now I'm just left with myself, literally just trying to make money and trying to get the clothing shit to work. And I never hung out with a single friend during this time period, and I'm being dead ass serious. I never hung out with a single friend. Okay, and you guys think I'm capping? I was not capping. I literally never hung out with a single friend. Okay, so pretty much, start of high school to college. If you guys know anything about high school and college, like the summer break from high school to college, it's very long. It's like 4 months. You know what I'm saying? So or maybe it's like 5. I don't even know, but it's like a long ass time. You feel me? For no reason. So I had like 4 to 5 months to myself to start my brand, and I was like, all right, bet. I'm just gonna lock in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just gonna start my brand, and hopefully, you feel me? Like, hopefully I can make something out of it. So my schedule during this time period was wake up at 5 a.m. Okay, wake up at 5 a.m. Why did I wake up at 5 a.m.? Every motherfucker asked me that. Why did I wake up at 5 a.m.? What's the benefit of waking up at 5 a.m.? Well, there isn't, motherfucker. Like, there is no benefit. But the main reason why was because I wanted to wake up before everyone else. Okay, everyone else woke up at like 10, 12, 1 p.m., whatever. I wanted to wake up before everyone. So I woke up at 5 a.m. I drove my shitty ass car. Holy shit, this car is so ass. Guys, it was like the same age as me. What was that shit called? Acura SUV? Let me search this shit up, bro. This shit was so ass, and I'm not even capping. Like, this shit was disgusting. Okay? This is literally the car I had, boys. This car right here is the exact car I had. Okay, so you guys can tell, like, this shit, like, I wasn't in a good situation. Like, I don't come from money, guys. You feel me? Like, this is the exact car I had. This shit is the same age as me, motherfucker. What the fuck is this shit? All right, so because of that, you know what I'm saying, I drive that shitty ass car, and the funny part about this car is that half the times it wouldn't work. Okay, like, I don't know, it didn't turn on, it didn't work, something was wrong with it. So because of that, like, I could only go half the times really during the summer, like here and there. So 5 a.m. wake up, drive that shitty ass car to the gym, like 30 minutes away. I don't know why I went to downtown. Like, I went to the gym in downtown, I don't know why, to play basketball, right? So I don't give a fuck about basketball. I don't give a flying shit about basketball. It's cool, you know what I'm saying, but it's not something that I like to do on a daily basis. You feel me? So, but the reason why I decided to play basketball every morning, and I told myself I'm gonna do that, is because I wanted to do cardio. You feel me? Like, I feel like, I don't know, like, I didn't like to run because that's gay. Who the fuck runs by himself, like, for fun? And I was like, you know what? I like basketball here and there, and I like to play, so I'll just play basketball at 5 a.m. So I wake up at 5 a.m., go to the gym. First exact day I go, I expect to see no one. It's 5 a.m. Who in the right mind plays basketball at 5 a.m., right? 5 a.m.? What are you, like, what are you, fucking, I don't know, like Floyd Mayweather? Like, waking up that fucking early and training and shit? And guess what? I go inside the gym, and I see a fellow Asian guy, okay, an Asian man, around my age, right? So every time, if you're Asian, you would know this, but every time you see another Asian around your age and it's a guy, you automatically try to think, like, okay, do I know this person? Because usually we're all connected in some sort of way. So, I look closely. I'm like, do I know this guy? And I did, okay? So the way I knew this guy was, I used to be, okay, this is fucking stupid, but I used to play for like a church basketball league when I was in high school for like 1 year. because my friend wanted me to join, and I just joined because of him. And he was a teammate I had in that basketball team. And keep in mind, guys, this guy's really good. Okay, he is like 5'4". I'm not gonna lie, but he's really good at playing basketball. So pretty much, I go up to him. I'm like, bro, like, do you remember me? And he's like, and I'm like, remember the church league? You know what I'm saying? Like, we used to play together. And he's like, oh shit, yes, I remember. So I was like, yeah, like, what are you doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally 5 a.m. And he told me, and if you guys watch any of my videos, you guys would know this story time. This is like 5 story times and a story time. Holy shit. But he pretty much told me that he wanted to become a professional basketball player. Okay, a professional basketball player, not the NBA. Obviously, he's like 5'4", but I think it's like overseas or some shit like that. So he told me he wanted to become a professional basketball player, and I was like, oh, okay. I mean, he is good. Don't get me wrong. He's like way better than me. He's really good. I think he played for a high school basketball team, but I mean, professional, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? 5'4". So I was like, oh, okay. Fire, bro. I mean, I respect it. You know what I'm saying? And I told him I should be seeing you here every single day. Now, you guys have to remember that I told him I'll probably see you every single day because I also was gonna show up every single day. Obviously, I don't give a fuck about basketball, but the main reason why I wanted to come is because, you know, I just wanted to keep my own promises for myself. So pretty much what happens is we play basketball. You know what I'm saying? Every single time I would see him, we would play basketball. He is really good, so I never beat him ever. Like, he's so good. He every time he shoots a three, he makes it, and I fucking suck at basketball. So we would play here and there, and during this time period, and I think the reason why this is very important is because during this time period, we were both at the same position, right? This guy was working at a waiter at a fucking restaurant or some shit. I just got fired from my waiter job or cashier job. And pretty much we're both in the same position, and I also told him like, oh yeah, I'm trying this brand shit, like I don't know if this shit's gonna work, but yeah, I mean, I'm trying it. And he's like, good luck, bro. So we're both in the same exact position in life, right? Fast forward a couple days, okay, I show up every single day at 5 a.m. I never missed a single day. I had no girls, no friends, no nothing. Like, I was just dialed in on my business. And after I went to the gym, you know, I would come back, take a cold shower, and just work on my business the whole entire day. I never hung out with a single friend. I'm being dead ass serious, guys. So, you know, I would go to the gym every single day because it's not like I have something good, better to do. You feel me? Like, I'm literally like, I'm a senior in high school that just graduated, you know, that has nothing going for himself. Like, and all of his friends are in fucking another country. So I show up every single day. And for the first 2 to 3 weeks, he actually did show up pretty frequently, okay? He did show up pretty frequently, but fast forward, you know, week 4, week 5, this guy stops showing up, okay? He starts coming maybe 3-4 times a week instead of 7 times a week. And then he starts coming once a week. And then fast forward a couple months, this guy does not fucking show up at all. And I think one time, like, I think during the time period where he was showing up once a week, you know, I told him, I'm like, bro, you know, this shit's none of my fucking business. Like, it's your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not your fucking mom. I'm not your daddy. I'm not your, you know what I'm saying? I'm not your grandparents. Like, I don't care about you. I don't care if you become homeless or become a successful basketball player. Obviously, I would want you to become successful, but I don't care because it's none of my business. Now, what I tell him is like, it's none of my business, but your ass is fucking lazy. And I said it like this, like dead ass. I'm not even capping, okay? I don't know why. I think I watched hella, like, I don't know, like motivational shit during that time period. So, you know, I think I was kind of mean, but I told him, you know, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, you're bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? How the fuck am I gonna outwork you? And I don't even play basketball like that. And he was like, you know what? You're right, bro. You're right, Jason. You know, I should come every single day. You know, you shouldn't be outworking me. You know what I'm saying? Because imagine this. Imagine I was like an actual person that wanted to play basketball and become a basketball player. You feel me? Like, obviously, he's never going to win. He has such a disadvantage already by being 5'4" or some shit like that. Like, how are you going to let me outwork you? And I'm not even prioritizing basketball. I don't care about that shit. So As soon as I told him that, I don't know why, he never showed up. That was literally it, bro. That's literally the last time I saw him during that time period. So what happens is, and the reason why I'm able to say this is because I showed up every single day. Okay, even after he didn't show up, like, he had no influence on me. I didn't give a fuck if he showed up or not. I would play by myself. I would play with some random guys, like a fucking 50-year-old black boy, like black old guy, like a 80-year-old grandpa, a 15-year-old kid. Like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I would play with anyone that was there, regardless if it was him or not. But obviously I didn't know him, so it was a little bit easier to play with him. So pretty much after that, I believe like 2 months pass. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 months pass, and what happens is I see him. Okay, I come to the gym and I see that little Asian boy playing basketball all the way in that corner, and I'm like, bro, like, oh shit, like, what's good? And I was like, honestly, for me, I didn't care that he didn't show up, whatever. I just, like, I was excited to see him. You know what I'm saying? Because I haven't seen him in a while, right? And usually every time I'd go to the gym around this time period to poop, I was the only person. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was like another guy that was there here and there, but like for the most part, I was just like alone hooping, which is kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie, but I say like, yo, what's good? As soon as I see him and I dab him up, the first thing he says is a bunch of excuses on why he missed the past 2 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker, like, I thought I was he treated me like I'm his coach or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy started making excuses on why he can't show up. You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened? Or like, my grandma came over from Korea. Like, all this bullshit, like going over all these things that nobody gives a shit about. And I'm like, okay, like, what the fuck? Like, what are you, like, stop complaining to me. You feel me? I'm not your coach. You know what I'm saying? So I told him, you know what, bro? I don't care. Let's just play basketball, right? Because, obviously I'm not his dad. I'm not going to coach him. So we play a couple games. And guess what? This is the funniest part, guys. Throughout the 2 to 3 months, I used to, like, when I came to the gym and played with him, I've never beat him a single time. I've never done that because he's really good, like I said earlier. But this one time where he missed like 1 to 2 months of practice, I beat him. I beat him by like fucking 5 points or some shit. And I think that's when he realized, like, oh fuck, like, this guy's right. You know what I'm saying? Like, even a shitty ass player like me can beat you if I just work a little bit harder. And after that, I've never seen him ever since. Now, I don't know why I gave that story time right now, but more of the story, I guess, work hard. But anyways, that has nothing to do with the original. Why though? Okay, I need to chill the fuck out. This has nothing to do with the original story time. So pretty much during summer, I would work every single day. Go to the gym at 5 a.m., go take cold showers, do all these things, and I finally started my clothing brand. Okay, during the summer of my senior to college freshman year. Okay, so what happens is this is the funny part, is that I pretty much drop a collection, okay, 2 products, and I expect it to do so good because I spent so much time, so much money, so much energy, you know what I'm saying? And then I drop and it fucking flops, okay? It flops harder than like LeBron, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just flopped crazy. And I think I got like 13 sales, but which isn't, like, you guys might think, oh, that's not bad, but my shirts were like $20, and I think I spent like way more on advertising and stuff like that. So, obviously, like, I'm cooked, you know what I'm saying? So what happens is I pretty much go to the gym, pretty depressed every single day, because like, I'm like, bruh, like, I spent all this time and all this energy putting in work for this business, and like, it's not working out. Like, what the hell is this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just sad. And although I was pretty sad, it eventually, as time went on, also, by the way, I'm posting this on my story. All right. Anyways, eventually I don't get sales. Okay, so you guys probably thought, oh, eventually this guy's gonna sell out, blah blah blah. No, shut the fuck up. Like, no, I did not get any sales, and I was depressed. So I was depressed pretty much the whole entire summer. And the funny part here is that I literally spent so much energy. Like, I was posting like 7 times a day, guys, and I'm not even capping. Okay, like I was posting 7 times a day, and this, you guys think I'm joking? I'm not. Okay, I was genuinely posting 7 times a day, and I didn't know what I was doing wrong, and like I couldn't run ads either because my ad account was restricted. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, fuck, bro, like, is this shit not working for me? Like, am I gonna become a regular 9 to 5 McDonald's worker now? Like, you know what I'm saying? And fast forward, you know what I'm saying? Fast forward a couple months. Summer's over. Okay, so summer's over. Now we got to go to college. So if you guys don't know, my original plan in life was to drop out of college or just not go to college at all. I wanted to graduate high school and just not go to college at all. Now, was that possible? Fuck no, obviously not, because I didn't get no sales. So because I didn't get any sales, and because I had no results, I had to go to college. I will say though, I had pretty good grades. So it's not like I was stupid or some shit. Like, I was Asian, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I can't go to class, or I didn't go to class, or I failed classes. Like, I actually had decent grades. So because of that, I went to like a decent college, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't go to like a crazy ass college or anything like that, but I would say, you know, it's a pretty decent college, you feel me? And my freshman year, I move in. Holy fuck. Okay, guys, I'm gonna show you guys the exact setup I had for this shit. And this is the reason why I feel like sometimes, you know, I mean, maybe I should have had more friends in college or some shit, but this is my setup. Okay, so as soon as the first day I go to college, right, this is the college. Okay, boom, building right here, college right here. Now, my room was a fucking triple. It was a fucking triple. Okay, this is literally how the room was set up. The room was like this. Okay, it wasn't even this fucking big. I'm just making it big on purpose so you guys can see this shit. It was around this size. Door was right here. Okay, there was like a closet here. Okay, and then like a desk here, and then there was, this is the bed, right? This is another bed, but this bed right here is 2 floors. Okay, 2 floors. So pretty much this bed was a bunk bed, and this bed was just one bed, but you know, there was a desk underneath here. Okay, now the reason why I'm showing this is because, you know, it's a triple, so it's obviously not going to be comfortable. Now, the problem here was the fact that these were all randoms. I didn't know who these people were. So it was just random people that I guess just got paired up with. Now, fortunately, I did not have to share a bed. Okay, so this bed, this bunk bed right here, was the 2 randoms. Now, I got the singular bed, which thank God, but the problem here is the roommates. So the first roommate I had, okay, let's call him John, right? This boy John was Indian. I'm not saying, okay, I don't know why I just said his race, but he okay, that don't mean anything because this guy's irrelevant, but he was pretty nice, you know what I'm saying? He was pretty nice, pretty clean, pretty quiet, and it was just me and him. So the other guy, the other roommate who's supposed to live on this bed, I don't know why, didn't show up for like the first 2 weeks of class or 2 weeks of school. So I was like, okay, like that's kind of weird, you feel me? And then, you know, fast forward 2 weeks later, another guy comes in. Now, I'm gonna make this guy a little bit bigger. I'm not being fat phobic, but he was definitely bigger. And let's call him Bob. right? So 2 weeks later, Bob comes in, and this guy, guys, I'm not even trying to be mean or anything, but this guy is huge. You know what I'm saying? This guy is huge, like sub 300 pounds. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, okay. And he looked like, and guys, again, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but he looked like a guy that would be like a pervert or something like that. And the reason why I mentioned that is because he would take very, very long showers for no reason. And like, I'm being dead ass, guys. Like, I don't know what he was doing in those showers, but he would take a shower for like an hour and 30 minutes. And this is not like a bathtub, guys. Like the college dorms, like it's genuinely like a regular shower, no bathtub. It's also concrete, so it's very cold. And this guy would take a shower for like 1 hour to 2 hours. He would always bring a chair and like his own chair, you know what I'm saying? And he would always do these weird things in the shower, which I don't even know. It's none of my business. But pretty much he moved in 2 weeks later, and he's okay. I guess the reason why I'm mentioning this guy is because he snored like a motherfucker. Okay, this motherfucker was the loudest snorer I've ever seen in my whole entire life, and I've ever heard in my whole entire life. And the thing with me is like I'm a pretty light sleeper, so if somebody starts snoring or some shit, like I start getting pissed off. So this guy was snoring like a fucking hippo. Okay, and because he was snoring so much, like I could not sleep, and I was like so stressed during this time period because I couldn't sleep. I'm in a fucking triple, you know what I'm saying? I'm an only child, guys. I've never shared anything in my fucking life, and I'm sharing a room with 2 other people. One of them is huge and he smells and snores like a motherfucker. The other guy, he's chill, but it's still another person I have to share the whole small ass room with. Now, I'm hating my life at this point, okay? I'm like, fuck, like what am I doing here? You know what I'm saying? I should have worked harder in high school. I should have just, made more money and became successful, and I didn't have to go through this bullshit. Now, because of that, I suddenly, I don't know when it was, but I think this is like, I believe 2 weeks after I came in to school, I decided, I'm like, you know what? Fuck this shit, bro. Like, I'm either gonna make it or I'm not. Okay? So, you guys gotta understand. What I mean by this is, I told myself, if I fail, so I guess I was talking to myself in the mirror. I told myself, if you fail, if you don't sell out your drop, it's completely your fault, and you're just gonna be a fucking loser. If you do sell out your job, it's your fault. You're gonna become successful, but you have to put the work in. Now, the funny part here, guys, is that I was broke. I was dead ass broke. Okay? So because I was so broke, I did not have enough money to buy my first ever bulk order. Okay? I didn't have enough money to buy my first ever bulk order. So what happened was I pretty much just put it on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I fail and I don't get any sales, then I'll have to refund every single order. So also, I did a pre-order, guys. Okay, so I guess that's the reason why I was able to do that, is that I pre-ordered everything. So if people wanted to buy something from me, they would have to wait 3 weeks minimum. You know what I'm saying? Back then, you can do pre-orders and you can live with it. So I did a pre-order, and I didn't have enough money to actually buy the bulk order, though. Okay, so I didn't have the money to buy the bulk order, and from there, what happened was I pretty much posted 7 times a day, every single day, 7 to 10 times per day. Every single video was edited. Every single video was different. And after that, 2 weeks later, I finally got a video that hit like 30K views or some shit. And eventually I sold out. Now, the reason why this shit's funny is because it was a video that I just posted just for funsies. I didn't expect to get a raw video. And then it got like 30K views, I believe. And then after that, I sold out like completely. So after that, I fulfilled all my orders. And guys, if you guys think, I'm having like, if you guys think I'm arrogant or like, oh, this guy's lucky or some shit like that, I'll share you and I'll show you guys exactly what I had to do every single time I would fulfill orders. Now, this right here, okay? This is my college, okay? And let's see, this right here is my home, right? Stay with me. The distance from my college to my home is 2.5 hours traffic, or just in general, like just driving. Okay, this is not including the time it takes for me to, like, you know, take a bus or whatever. Now, it's 2.5 hours. But guess what? I live in a fucking dorm with those fat fucks and those, those roommates that I have that obviously I can't fulfill orders in because it's a triple. I don't even have a single. So I was like, and also, oh, fun fact, I was keeping everything a secret here. So I wasn't telling anybody, obviously not my roommates, not any of my friends at all. So I was like, fuck, like, what do I do? So what happens is I decide to take a bus, okay? Now, if you guys know anything about, I don't know if they have this around the world. It's called a Flixbus, okay? Now, what is a Flixbus? Well, it's a bus that goes straight to a destination. So it's not like a bus that you take regularly, like on, I don't know, like on the sidewalk or some shit. This is a bus that you have to pay for a ticket, okay? You have to pay for a ticket online, and it will go from straight to, like, for example, LA to, I don't know, like Vegas, right? Or, I don't know, LA to, like, San Diego, right? So it's like a one-way bus. Now, the problem, you see, guys, the problem with this bus is that this bus was crusty, musty, dusty, rusty, and I could not, like, breathe in this bus. So the tickets for these bus rides are pretty cheap. It's like 40-50 bucks, whatever. But the problem is that because it's so cheap, it's like one of those, if you guys are in LA, you guys will know this, but like, it's like the fucking the metro, you know what I'm saying? It's like very ghetto. There's like a lot of homeless people. It smells like shit. They don't clean that shit. It's just disgusting. And because it's a bus and it's not like a car ride where I'm just driving, because I didn't have a car at the time, I had to pretty much wait an additional hour just for the bus to arrive. You know what I'm saying? Like, the bus had multiple stops. So what I mean by this is, like, instead of going to LA to SD right away, right, it would go from LA to, like, fucking, I don't know, like Irvine, you know what I'm saying? And then it would go to SD after, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it would be like 3.5 hours instead of 4, or like instead of 2, okay? So I would have to go through this shit every single time just to pack orders, right? So what I did is every time I would have to ship out orders, I would have to take this fucking gay ass bus, and then I would have to go to LA and get picked up, and I would have to go home, pack all those orders myself, and then from there, you know, the next day I would drop it off at the post office, and I would take the same ride back to my college because I was such a good ass Asian student. Now, with that being said, this is what I had to go through literally every 1 to 2 weeks my freshman year, because I didn't have a car and I was broke. Now, you know, it came to a point where, you know, as time went on, my drops would do better and better and better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would get more sales. So I think my first drop, I did like, like 1 to 2. Yo, shut the fuck up. 1 to 2K in sales. You know what I'm saying? And then moving forward, I think I did like 2K in sales for my second drop. My third drop, I actually did 6K in sales. So the story time with this one is, I got a viral video with a product that I had. I got like 200-300K views for 4 or 5 videos, and pretty much I got like 6K in sales in 2 days. Okay, and then I thought I was the man, and I dropped another collection and it fucking flopped. I got like 1K in sales. I think it was like $900 actually. That's when I got humbled and I was like, okay, I need to do this shit correctly. And for the first year of my business, my goal, all right, was to hit 6 figures. Okay, this was my goal, my first year, or when I was 19, right, when I first started my brand. When I was 19, I wanted to hit 6 figures. Now, at this rate, when you're making 1 to 2K, maybe 3K a month, that is genuinely impossible, right? If I wanted to hit 6 figures, it would have to take me fucking 2.5 years to do it if I'm going at this rate. Now, because I have high dreams and high hopes, that's the reason why I decided to hit or reach for the 6-figure goal. But as time went on, I was like, you know what, I'm not getting any sales. You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I doing wrong? So after a while, I decide, you know what, maybe the 6 figures is not realistic. So I'll try something else. You know what I'm saying? I'll try to have a different goal, but I'll still keep that goal in mind, right? Keep in mind, guys, I was making 1 to 2K a month, right? And I'm taking this fucking Flixbus to go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Just to pack orders. Now, my freshman year in college, I would say like it was very boring. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when I did a lot of work. That's also when I started the Brand Academy YouTube channel. So like, I was focusing on that. I was focusing on my brand. I didn't have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, yes, I had the college experience, but not as much. And pretty much after that, I eventually hit like 2 to 3K consistently every single month. Okay, so I go back to LA. I believe this is the summer. Okay, so freshman year is over. I go back to LA. I'm obviously, because like, you're supposed to leave the dorms once you're done, and I go back to LA and I'm like, okay, what do I do? Right? I'm going to the gym, and I remember exactly what happened. So I went to the gym, right? This was an old gym that I used to go to all the time. I went to my gym because this is during the summer break of my freshman year of college, and I was at the gym. I was hitting, what's this shit called? The chest flies? Okay, I don't know why I'm doing this shit right now, but I was doing the fucking chest exercise, and pretty much what happens is I see a TikTok, okay? And I don't know why every single time these events happen in my life, it's because of a TikTok video. So I see a TikTok video. I forgot what his brand name was called, but he sold like some fucking sweats, some gay ass sweats that didn't even look good. And he was charging like, I don't know, like $70 for it. And he made 50K in 2 months, or 2 to 3 months within his first ever drop. Okay, because he got a couple viral videos. Now, I was like, damn, bro, like 50K in 2 to 3 months, like that's pretty good. But like not better than me. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? Like, because I saw that video and I was at the gym, I was like, all right, bet. Let me just check my Shopify dashboard. And keep in mind, this is like, I have like 3 to 4 months left until the year is over and before I turn 20. And I checked my Shopify dashboard, and I kid you not, boys, I had like 30K in sales only. Okay. For some reason, I thought I had like 70 to 80K in sales total, but I checked my Shopify and I have 30K in total. Okay. And you guys might think that's like good, but that's ass, because I've been doing this shit for like 7 months now. You feel me? So I'm like, fuck. Like, because my goal in life, or at that time period, was to hit 6 figures, before I turned 20. So I had 19 within a year. But I had 70K or just like 60K left, you know what I'm saying, to hit, that I need to get in sales to hit the 6-figure goal. So I was like, fuck, like, holy shit, I need to lock in. So after that, I go back home and I'm like thinking of different ways to try to really just grow my business. I would so like, for context, obviously during the summer I'm staying in LA, you know what I'm saying, because like I don't have to go back and forth to SD. But when I would go back and forth from SD to LA, I would usually, like, the whole ride, like the 3 to 4 hour ride that I had during the trips back and forth to pack orders, I wouldn't really do anything. Like I would literally, okay, this is on some like fucking, I don't even know, like some movie shit. Like I think I'm like a movie character or some shit. I would look out the window and I would just listen to music and just think. Okay? I would just think, like, what am I doing right now? What am I doing wrong? What can I fix? And just literally looking out the window as if I'm being recorded or some shit. Trying to be aesthetic, but that's exactly what I did, right? So I literally looked out the window for the 3 to 4 hours. Yeah, main character moment. Yeah, shut your ass up. Anyways, I was looking at the window. Holy shit! Can you guys hear this airplane? Is it just me? I'm gonna turn this. All right. Holy fuck. Nah, this plane is tripping, bro. All right. So what happened was during this the fucking bus. Now it's too bright. During these bus rides for like 3 to 4 hours, I would pretty much think, okay, look outside, act as if I'm a main character, and you know, like the thing with the bus is like I tried thinking so hard, and every single time, I was in these bus rides, like I would think like, okay, how can I fix my brand? What am I doing wrong currently? What can I fix? Like, is there any feedback? Like, what are other competitors doing? And like every single time I would have these deep thoughts, and like I'm in the moment, some weird ass fucking homeless man is sitting next to me asking for a charger. Bro, there's this one time where I'm like trying to think of some shit, and I'm about to like discover something new about my business, and some homeless guy in front of me was like, bro, you got a charger? And I'm like, nah, I don't. And he's like, I know you got a charger. I'm like, what, motherfucker? Why the fuck would I have a charger in a fucking bus ride? Feel me? Like, shut the fuck up, bro. I'm trying to think. And like the smell, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Anyways, the moral of the story is like I did a lot of thinking during this time period, and same thing when I was back in LA, because obviously I don't have to go through the bus rides because I'm just still in LA. Because of that, I would just talk to myself, or I would just like literally while I was sleeping, I would just like stare up in the sky, you feel me? And just think, like, what am I doing wrong? What can I change? Like, what do I do with my fucking life? You know what I'm saying? So pretty much what happens is during this time period, I'm like, all right, bet. Let me lay out the options, right? Okay. All I'm doing right now is organic marketing. All I'm doing is posting on TikTok, you know what I'm saying? Which, I'm getting like 3-4K or like 3K per month in sales. But, what else can I do? Well, I can't run ads, number one, because, my ad account got restricted and I didn't know how to fix that. SMS, email marketing, I can't, like, there's nothing you can really do about that. There's, what's it called? In-person marketing, but like, I'm keeping this shit a secret. A lot of people are asking me why I kept that shit a secret. It's because, I don't know, I wanted to have like results before I told anyone. So pretty much there was one thing left, which was influencer marketing. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start mass sending a bunch of my clothes to micro influencers. Now that's what I did. So I sent it to a bunch of influencers. Now I did send it to influencers here and there, but I was like, you know what? I'll make it enticing for the influencers to actually post my shit. So I tell the influencers like, yo, I'm gonna give you a code, and if a customer uses that code on my website to buy something, you're gonna get a 10% commission. Now, because of that, these influencers, right, they have a reason to post my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's like they post random brands anyways all the time, so might as well get paid for it. So that's what I started doing. So I sent it to a couple of influencers. I also started to drop more collections or more products in a collection. I think I dropped like 3 to 4 instead of doing like 1 to 2 per month. And the first product I think that really took off was like the Joker hoodie. Okay, I don't know if you guys know what that looks like, but I had a Joker hoodie, and pretty much I had these influencers post, these pictures, videos, etc., and have them tag me in their TikTok, and then tell them like use code blah 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 for 10% off. Now, guys, as soon as I started doing that, the first month I did that, it's actually when I went back to college. So my sophomore year, right? My sophomore year, I went back to college, and the first month going back to college, I hit 30K. Okay, 3K to 30K. I 10x'd my revenue, just like that. Now, at this point, I think I had like 3 months left until I hit, until the year was over, and then I turned 20. And then within those 3 months, I think I hit like 90K in sales, like 30K, 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 boom. So I hit the goal of 6 figures. Now, obviously there were a lot of influencers that did that, but there was one influencer in particular that really got a viral video, and he was wearing my hoodie, and I think a lot of people bought my hoodie from that video. But that's how I hit my first ever 6 figures. Okay. It was funny because, like I said, I was trying to hit 6 figures before I turned 20, but I physically couldn't think of how I can do it. And then I made it happen in the last 3 months. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happens. I hit 6 figures, I turned 20, and I think around this time I have like 8K followers on IG. I'm still keeping it a secret. No one knows what I'm doing. I do start posting pictures of me with my products. Now, this is when it kind of gets interesting, right? So, like I said, I kept everything a secret. And the main reason why, and a lot of people ask me, is because, I don't know, like the type of person I am, bro, like I like to work in silence and shine in public. All right, like I feel like if you tell everyone what you're gonna do, like it's not as, I guess, worth, or like you don't get as much satisfaction. So I kept it a secret, but I was posting pictures on my IG, on like, with me on the packages. Now, where the fuck is this shit at? This is what I mean. Okay, I would post similar pictures to this on my IG. Now, the average person around this time period, because like clothing brands weren't that popular, right? This is like 2022, I believe. So because around this time period, a lot of people didn't know what those packages were, like what the hell is that. So I post a couple pictures with me every single time I sell out on my story, and that's when people are like sliding up on my story. And the fun fact is that all of my friends slid up on my story asking me what that is. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, are you drop shipping? Like, what are those packages? Like, what is that? 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 And everyone kept swiping up on that story. And I left everyone on delivered, or I would just tell them it's nothing. I just play it off, right? And it got to a point where every single time I would post a story, like there were people that would literally swipe up every single time asking, like, what are you doing? Like, what is this? Because my Instagram was not in my bio. I had nothing in my bio. I had nothing like that said that I own a clothing brand. Everything was a secret. Now, those were my hometown friends. You may ask, what about your friends that you have like in real life, like right now? And every time they would bring it up, I would always just somehow, some way, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm like pretty good with like, what I'm saying, like not really, or like, what I'm saying, like not talking about something specific, or like changing the subject. Yeah, so anyways, because I did that, no one really knew exactly what I was doing. So because they didn't know what I was doing, there was like, I feel like, I don't know the reason why I did it. I feel like it was kind of fun because I had something that no one else, didn't, and no one really knew what I was doing. But looking back, I should have definitely told everyone earlier, because I feel like it could have got me more opportunities. Now, I was silent for like the first 2 years ish, and then I hit 6 figures. Now I'm doing like 20-30K a month. Okay. So I'm making like 20-30K a month right now, around this time period. And one day, and if you guys watch any of my videos, you guys would know this as well. One day, I scroll on TikTok. Like I said, you remember the last time when I scrolled on TikTok and I saw a guy that made 50K in 2 months? I got mad, and then I hit six figures. Well, one day I was scrolling on TikTok. There's this influencer, okay? I'm not gonna say his name, but he used to model for my brand. And what I mean by that is like I used to send him, you know, like some of my products, and he would take pictures, etc. And because we did that, or because like we had like somewhat of a relationship, I knew him, but he didn't really know me in real life. Like I said earlier, he modeled for my brand. You know, I watched the video, and in the video, he said he made 100K in a day or like a month or some shit. And this guy just started his brand, and he's an influencer, by the way. So because he hit 100K in a month, like, okay, I mean, hitting 100K in a month, it's not anything crazy. But the reason why it pissed me off so much was because this guy was an influencer and he was not a clothing brand owner, right? He just started a clothing brand after he became an influencer. Am I having deja vu, or have I heard these stories already? Yeah, you probably did, bro. So because he was an influencer, like I personally thought like, bro, like I've been working my ass off for like a year straight, and I barely hit six figures in a year. And this motherfucker hit six figures in a month because he has a personal brand? Like, what kind of gay shit is this? You feel me? What the fuck is this gay ass, homosexual ass shit, bro? So I'm like, bruh, like, this shit's ridiculous, right? And why did my message get deleted? I can't say hi. I don't know. Like, the mods probably thought you were doing something weird. But pretty much what happened was, after that, I was like, bro, I have to start a personal brand. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way I'm not starting a personal brand because of that guy. That guy just pissed me off so much. And also during this time period, there were other brand owners that was giving out game, that was giving out, you know, like free sauce tutorials. And like, I'm watching these videos and I'm like, shut your ass up, bro. Like, you do not know what you're talking about. Like, that's what I thought for every single video I saw for like the other clothing brand owners that was making videos during that time period, is like, these guys are just talking out of their asshole. You know what I'm saying? And even if they do have some sauce, they're boring as shit. Why the fuck would anybody watch them? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? You feel me? And I'm gonna be honest, guys, like, I just thought that I could do it way better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, bro, if I had a personal brand and I would, you know, give sauce or give tutorials, like, I would do this way better than everyone else. You feel me? So that's when I decided to start my personal brand. I think I decided to start, okay, so 2024, I believe, was when I decided to start my personal brand. It was my New Year's resolution. So like, that's when I started it. And I told myself, I'm not keeping this shit a secret anymore. I'm telling everyone I have a brand and I'm starting a personal brand. So during this time period, I'm making around 20-30K in sales. Like I said earlier, I started a personal brand. You know, I'm doing like mentorships here and there. You know, like, the main reason why I started my personal brand was to get more clients, but it's also because I just thought I could do it way better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't like, okay, yeah, like, obviously I need to monetize something because I'm not doing all this shit for free, right? Like, I'm not gonna post, like, guys, I don't think you guys understand. When I first started my personal brand, I used to post I used to, okay, so this is exactly what I did. So around 9 p.m., I would scooter, okay? I don't know if you guys know, but I would scooter around to, what's it called? To like another fucking building, okay? I would scooter to another building and I would pretty much record a TikTok for 3 hours straight every single day, okay? And obviously these are all tutorials. Now, I did that for like the first 2 months-ish, and then after that, I finally got like one video to hit like 10K views or some shit, but I feel like my videos in general don't get that many views. But I would record TikToks for 3 hours straight every single day from 9 to 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. Okay, 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. every single day at some random ass building on campus. Now, after that, you know, like, obviously if I'm putting in that much work, like, I need to get compensated, right? So I wanted to have clients, you know, so I can get paid for what I'm doing. But a couple months pass, and this is when I decide to rebrand my brand. So I believe I rebranded my brand around 2024 spring. So that's like around 2 years ago now, I believe. I'm not too sure. I think it's a year and a half ago now. So what happens is same thing, guys, TikTok. I was on TikTok, all right? This time it wasn't a video, it was a comment. Okay, it was a comment. So I was on TikTok and I was scrolling through my comments on my TikTok. And guys, like I'm gonna be honest, I feel like the way I kind of talk and the way I portray myself on social media, I'm gonna have haters. You know what I'm saying? Like the way I talk, the way I, what I'm saying? Like it's like very direct. Like I know some people don't like that. So from the get-go, as soon as I started my personal brand, I've had a lot of hate comments. But the way I think about it is like you're gonna have hate comments if you start a personal brand, regardless of whether you're Mr. Beast or whatever, and you're super nice. Like you're gonna have people that don't like you. So because of that, I didn't trip too much about these comments. I'm gonna be totally honest. Like I was like, all right, bro, like these guys are just fucking losers. Who cares? But there was this one comment, okay? This one comment that stood out to me. I don't know why it did, but like I said, this is one of those days where I was at like a little what's it called? Like a classroom on campus, and I was making TikToks, right? I was making TikToks. Like I said, I used to make TikToks for 3 hours a day from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. at some random classrooms or whatever. If you guys scroll through my old ass TikToks, you guys would see that. Anyways, so the funny part here is that I go to my comments, and there's this one comment where they say, this guy is giving out clothing brand game, but I checked out this guy's brand and this shit is so fucking ass. It was something like that, okay? It was something like that. Now, I don't know why, but that one comment like opened up a new third eye in my brain. Okay, like it's literally like I'm in light, like I'm like fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like something opened up in my brain and I'm like, oh shit, like is this, like this guy's right? You know what I'm saying? Like I mean obviously I didn't think my brand was ass, but because I kept it a secret and a lot of people didn't know about my brand, and just in general, like I have a habit of just like not giving a fuck what anyone says. So like even if someone hated on my brand or whatever, said something was ass, like I didn't give a shit. I'm like, bro, I'm making 20-30K a month. Like who the fuck are you to tell me what like if it's good or not? So I usually like blocked off all the hate comments and just any feedback in general. But I realized like, bro, like I was literally just in my head so much to the point where I did not open myself to criticism. Okay, so because I didn't open myself up to criticism, like that one comment for some reason like gave me a third person's perspective, and I looked at my brand from a third person's perspective for the first ever time. And as soon as I looked at it, I was like, this guy's right, this shit's fucking ass. Right now, was it like ass? Obviously not. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe it was booty cheeks, but like it wasn't like ass. You know what I'm saying? But to my standard, the way I'm talking on TikTok, the way I'm talking on social media, giving out game, saying like, oh, your brand is trash because of this, and I'm the one that's coaching other people, and my brand is ass. I'm like, bruh, like what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? So that's when I decided, I'm like, and literally guys, the same exact time period when I saw the comment and I looked at my brand from a third person's perspective, 30 seconds later, I wrote out a little draft on Photoshop or like, I don't know, like on Canva or some shit, to post on my brand's IG story saying that I'm going to rebrand and we're going to take some time off. Now, that all happened in 30 minutes because of one fucking TikTok comment. Okay, I decided to rebrand my brand I've been having for a year and a half. I spent, it's done over 6 figures. I think at that point, I think I'm at like 300-400K in sales. And I decided to rebrand everything, remove all the products, put everything on sale because of one fucking comment. Okay, so some of you guys might be like, you're stupid as shit for doing that. I'm grateful for that comment. I don't know who did that. I don't know who commented that, but thank you. So pretty much after that, what happens is I tell everyone on my brand page, we're putting everything on sale. Okay, get everything you can. We're rebranding. And you know, if you don't get it now, you're never going to get it again, because I'm not selling the shit again, because I'm rebranding. So I rebrand everything. I put everything on sale. Obviously, I sell a decent amount of inventory. The problem though is that I have so much inventory, I couldn't sell everything. Okay, like if you own a brand, there's always going to be some inventory that never moves. Now for me, I had a lot of those. Even though I put everything on 50% off, even though I put a lot of stuff on sale, there were some products that just did not move. I don't know why. So because it didn't move, I was like, fuck, right? And this, keep in mind, this is like 2-3 weeks after I decided to rebrand everything. I'm like, fuck, like, do I take the loss? Because keep in mind, guys, this is my spring break, or spring break of college. And, you know, college is about to end for my second year around this time period. So I'm like, okay, am I going to take a loss of $40,000 to $50,000 worth of inventory and just say fuck it and just rebrand? Or am I going to spend the whole summer trying to sell everything out? Because you guys have to understand, like I said earlier, I had a lot of inventory, but you know, from my perspective, I'm trying to sell everything just so I can get my money back, so I can spend that money on my new rebrand. But the problem was that it took too long, and it wasn't having that many, like, a lot of people weren't really buying it, you know what I'm saying? So I had like $40,000 worth of inventory left, okay, at the office, or at my LA place. So I'm like, okay, because you know, my mindset was like, I'm gonna rebrand during the summer, and once I come back from summer and I become a third year in college, I'm gonna have this new brand that everyone likes, and you know, everyone thinks is fire, blah blah blah, and I'm gonna become this new brand and this new person, blah, blah, like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, fuck, what do I do? And I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna fucking rebrand right away. So what I do is I have $40,000 worth of inventory in my fucking office, right, or in the LA place, but I decided to close the website. I changed the website name. I changed my brand name. I changed everything. I just start my rebrand right away. Now, legit, like, logically, that's kind of stupid, because I can't sell that $40,000 worth of inventory anymore, right? Because I rebranded. I'm not gonna sell it on Depop. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sell it for like $5 or anything, because that's lowering the brand value already, even though I'm putting everything on like 30, 40, 50% off. So I'm like, okay, fuck, like, what do I even do? You know what I'm saying? What do I do with this inventory? And that's when I decide to just give it out to homeless people. So I think it's like one of my first ever videos on my YouTube channel. I decided to just like go around LA and just give out a bunch of free clothes to homeless people, because I mean, like, I can't sell that shit anyways. Now, we gave out a decent amount. I don't know exactly how much, but we gave out a decent amount, all right? And during this time period is when I also decided to start my second brand called Chloe, okay? Chloe was a clogs brand, did really good. You know, I didn't like clogs because clogs are hard to move. Like, it's like boxes and shit, so it's annoying. But this is when I started the Chloe brand as well. So the Chloe brand was doing also really good, like 20-30K a month. And then my second year of college hits, or my second year, the summer of my sophomore year in college hits. So now it's summer break again, okay? And this is when I decided to rebrand my clothing brand. So I'm making new designs, new concept, and this is, you know, the new brand, as you guys know, Flower, okay? This is the new rebrand that I decided to do, okay? So I make new designs, and I promise myself, okay, I'm going to make everything pre-made. I'm going to drop once a month, and I'm going to make products that I personally like to wear. That's a promise that I made for myself. Now, a lot of people might say like, oh, like, you know, rebranding is easy. No, it's not, bro. That's like, that shit's hard. That's literally just starting a brand new clothing brand pretty much. So I rebrand my brand, and then I order the inventory, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is during the summer. It comes in, and I start marketing it. You know, I send it to a bunch of influencers, you know what I'm saying? Like, they wear it. Traction isn't looking too good, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I got like 1,000 SMS subscribers. And I was doing all these different things to try to promote the new rebrand. And keep in mind, guys, okay, I lost $40,000 from me just rebranding in itself because I have inventory that I can't sell anymore. For Chloe, okay, this is the part, guys. I lose 30K worth of inventory because of customs. Yep. So pretty much what happened was I ordered a restock on one of the pairs, and I ordered new inventory for a new pair that I made, and for some weird reason it was stuck in customs. Okay, so I don't know what happened, I'm gonna be honest, but it got stuck and I did not receive the goods, right? And I paid like 30K. So 40K down the drain, 30K down the drain. And this is when I become a third year in college. And if you guys know anything about college, you have to move out once you become a third year. Like, you can't live on campus anymore. So I had to find my own place, right? And I found my own place. And for me, like, I'm an only child. I don't like sharing shit, so I needed my own bathroom. I wanted a bigger bedroom, so I got the master. Okay, it's like a little house, the trap house, if you guys remember those days. And that in itself was pretty expensive, because if you guys move into a new place, you have to pay the deposit on top of the rent, so you're pretty much paying double your rent. And then I also decided to move all my inventory from LA to San Diego, because obviously I'm not going to go back and forth anymore. Also, I forgot to mention, like, sophomore year, spring or some shit like that, I bought a Tesla. Okay, like, I bought my first car. So obviously I was like driving back and forth. Now, another thing though is that I had to get a new storage space, okay, or like a new warehouse pretty much, because obviously I can't, like, I need to store the clothes somewhere. So this is another funny story time, but I pretty much pack everything from LA. I put it in a fat ass U-Haul. This shit was huge. I almost died driving that shit. And then I drive to LA with my friend, right? Now, beforehand, I called, warehouse spaces around San Diego to see if I'm able to work in these storage units. Now, one of them, I called like fucking 10 places. Only one of them said yes. So I was like, all right, bet. I'm going to go there. I'm going to, get a warehouse there. So I drive to San Diego with a big ass U-Haul. Keep in mind, guys, I don't even have my place here, okay? Like, the original plan was to drive from LA to San Diego, okay, for like 2.5 hours, drop off all the inventory at the new warehouse space, and drive back to LA, right? So I did not have nowhere to stay. I didn't have my place at the time. And what happens is I drive to San Diego, okay? We get to the place. Oh, sorry, guys. We go inside, okay? We wait for like fucking 30 minutes, no one's showing up. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And some white guy shows up, okay? There's a reason why I say white guy. Because some white guy shows up, and I'm like, oh, hi, what's up? Like, I'm trying to get a storage unit space here, blah, blah, blah. He starts asking random ass questions, like, what are you storing? And I'm like, yeah, we have a brand. I called, a couple days ago, asking if I'm able to work in here, and you guys said yes, so I'm trying to find a spot. And he was like, oh, you can't do that. And guys, the reason why I say he's white is because this guy was racist, okay? Like, I'm not gonna say what he was like doing, and it's kind of hard to explain, but like the way he was looking at me, the stuff he was saying, like, it was definitely portraying that he doesn't like Asian people, which, yeah, like, he was definitely racist or some shit. So now, like, I don't take stuff personally. Like, maybe he has stuff against Asians, I don't care, okay? Like, none of my business. But this guy was straight up lying to me, saying that I'm not able to work in these warehouses, when I literally called them 3 times just to double triple check to see if I'm able to work there. And he said, or I guess the place there said, yes, you're able to work there, but he kept saying, no, like, you can't work here, no, we don't allow that. And we just kept going back and forth to the point where I'm like, bro, like, I'm not, like, fuck this guy, I'm saying, I'm just gonna leave. So we leave the original warehouse space we were supposed to move into, and me and my friend, we're in the U-Haul, and I'm like, fuck, like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Um, and then what happens is I started doing research, right? So I search up on my phone like warehouse spaces near me, like, you know, places to store my shit. I start calling places, and then I happened to find a place that, you know, allows people to work there. I drove the U-Haul there, and guess what? They allowed me to work there, and, you know, they allowed me to, you know, move my inventory in, and I can actually fulfill orders in the storage unit. And the problem though was, like, it was very expensive, so it was out of my budget. Now, because we found the place, we move in, right? We drop all the boxes off, and then we dip. We go back to LA. Moving all the stuff, the U-Haul truck, gas, blah blah blah, a couple $1,000s. Okay, I never knew U-Haul trucks were that expensive, motherfucker. Like, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? And obviously I have to pay for the warehouse as well. So at this point in my life, it's summer break of my sophomore year in college. I am dead ass broke, bro. I mean, dead ass broke, bro. Like, I'm fucking broke. Like, I'm literally, like, this is the first time ever in my life where once I started making money, I'm like, oh shit, like, I might go bankrupt. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck am I gonna do? You feel me? And obviously, because I'm moving into a new place, I'm buying new furniture. Like, I'm buying like bed frames. You know what I'm saying? I'm buying a new desk. Like, I'm buying monitors because, like, it's my new first ever time moving out. And, you know, I start spending more money. And because I rebranded my brand and I told myself I'm doing everything pre-made, I think I spent like 20-30K on inventory for my first ever drop, because obviously everything was pre-made. So at this point, guys, I'm being dead ass. I had $1,000 or some shit like that. Or okay, in my bank account, I think I had like 2 to 3K in my bank checking account, but in my credit card, I think there was like 15 to 20K. I mean, dead ass, guys. I'm not even trying to troll. Like, my checking account, if you guys know anything about, like, I'm sure you guys are all grown up, so you guys have like credit cards and shit. I had 15 to 20K worth of credit card debt for my business credit cards from my inventory and, like, you know, collection 2 and shit like that. And I had like 3K in my in my actual checking account. So I was pretty much in debt. Now, what do I do during this time period? If you guys are a fan, you guys will know. I buy a $3,000 mattress. Okay? I have $3,000. I'm like 15K in debt right now with the credit cards, right? Because I don't have that money to pay off from my bank account. And I decide to spend my credit card and buy a $3,000 fucking mattress. Now, you know, this is a whole story time I say so many times, but I bought this mattress because obviously I needed one. And it was also a bet on myself, you know? Like, before I decided to check out, because I think this, like, it's from Casper or some shit like that. I'm like, you know, okay, what do I do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want this bed. It's very comfortable. But I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? But broke is a mindset. And I'm like, I'm probably going to make it that shit back. Like, I believe in myself. And that's the way I thought. So because I believed in myself, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. And I bought a $3,000 mattress. Now, at this point, I'm like 20K in debt. And, you know, I did not drop a single collection at all. Okay, keep in mind, guys, this is all before I drop my first ever drop for my rebrand. You know what I'm saying? Is that not crazy, guys? Shit's wild. So what happens is I drop my first ever collection. In my head, I was supposed to do 40-50K. I did 20K. Now, you guys might say 20K is good. I spent 20K on inventory, motherfucker. Okay? Like, just inventory. Not ads, not marketing. Not supplies. Like, just the inventory, I spent 20K. So I was fairly disappointed. You know, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Whatever. Move on to the next drop. Next drop, I think I did like 15K that month. Okay. I think the drop day I did like 3K or some shit, like something, not like nothing. Drop 3, like 10K or some shit like that. And the sales kept going down and down and down. Okay. Keep in mind, guys, you know, obviously, like, I was able to pay out, like, if you guys don't know how business credit cards work, it's like you don't need to pay it off right away. Okay, like I think you can pay it off like in a couple months. You don't need to pay it every single month. So what happens is, every single time I drop a collection, I'm like, I'm not getting any more sales. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong? You know what I'm saying? My products are good, my website is good, I did photo shoots. I'm like, I have size charts, I have influencers wearing it. Like, I'm running ads. Like, what am I doing wrong? And I just kept analyzing myself, right? And then eventually, as time goes on, I pretty much tell myself, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, right? Like, I'm just gonna go all in. And during this time period was around Black Friday, like Q4, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going all in. Same exact situation when I first started. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go all in. Okay. And I decided to just literally analyze everything that's wrong with my business. Okay, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? Eventually, I found something that, I was like, okay, maybe I can test this shit out. Okay, like maybe I should change this shit up, test it out. And then next month, I hit 100K month for the first time ever. And this is around November, December of 2024, I believe. And after that, I was doing around 30 to 40K per month. And keep in mind, this is when I'm a third year. And because I hit that 100K month, that's when I started to not care about school. Okay. For my first and second year, I actually went to class. I actually did homework. I actually did stuff. But my third year, when I started to get results, that's when I was like, fuck it, like I'm just gonna go all in on my business. So pretty much what happens is I don't go to class anymore. I'm going all in on my business, and I'm making around 40 to 50K per month, I would say, respectively. But I was still not satisfied. Like, my goal during this time period was to hit 6 figures per month. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Right? Like, am I doing something wrong? Like, is there something wrong with my business? Am I like, do I have these principles in set? Like, what is going on? So what happens is I decided to move to a new warehouse. Right? The old warehouse I had was pretty small. It was a storage unit. Not enough really to really scale. Like, everyone was so cramped in there. The shit was crazy. And I decided to move to a new warehouse. Right? I moved to a new warehouse. It's 3 times bigger than the current place I had before. And I don't know why. And keep in mind, obviously my rent was 3 times more expensive as well. As soon as I moved out, I started to make like 70K a month. Okay. And then as time went on, eventually I started to do 100K per month. Right? And then that's when I started to hire people. That's when I started to outsource stuff. That's when I started to hire agencies. That's when I'm spending all this money, right, with employees. You know what I'm saying? I've never had employees before, right? But now I have like people that pack for me. I have a team. I have agencies. I have different, people that I have to pay every single month. And I'm spending all this money, but like I'm making it all back times way more compared to if I didn't work with them. You know what I'm saying? So like, for example, right now I have a team that packs and fulfills all my orders. I have interns. I have an agency for specific stuff. I have a different agency for different stuff. Obviously, I can still do everything right now if I wanted to. Like, I can fulfill orders by myself if I wanted to. I can make the ad creatives. I can do a lot of these different things by myself if I wanted to, but I just don't, right? Because it just doesn't make sense. Now, and then time goes on, I stay consistent, I drop frequently, I really start to become more dialed in, and I actually enjoy designing more. I meet other people because obviously I started my personal brand, so people are reaching out. Everyone that, for example, Brandon, Joel, the interns, anyone that works for me or that's working with me right now, or that's, that you guys have seen before, they hit me up through social media, you know what I'm saying? And it's because they see my videos. So pretty much what happens is I keep going, I stay consistent, and eventually I think I hit seven figures within 2 years, I believe, or like I don't even remember, to be honest. But eventually we started doing like six-figure months every single month, and now I am currently looking for new warehouse places to move out of. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much the story time on how I went from a brokey, you know what I'm saying, to someone that's making decent results at a pretty young age. I just turned 22. I know I'm a little bit older than you guys might think, but how do you become an intern? So all of my interns are local. Okay, so if you guys are not local, if you guys don't live near me, then you guys cannot intern for me. So you guys have to be local. There's no really requirement really, but you just have to hit me up on IG, and then we'll see. But W Storytime, appreciate it. Can I get mod? I don't know how to do that. Let's see. I'm local. Are you looking? DM me on IG, buddy, and I'll let you know. I mean, I will say we have a lot of interns right now. That boy Joel in the chat. But yeah, I mean, we have a lot of interns right now. So I honestly we have a total of technically 4 interns, but Brandon is not an intern anymore because the 3 months is over for him. So I hired him officially, but we have 2 other interns. And then I recently got a new intern, which she's a little bit different. She's doing design, so she doesn't have her own brand. And yeah, so that's pretty much the story time on how I went from like literally brokey to 7 figures in a span of like 2 to 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And I think the biggest lesson, actually, I'll give you guys like top 3 lessons I've learned. You know what I'm saying? So you guys can keep that into account when it comes to starting your business. But the first thing I think I learned is like nothing ever beats consistency. You feel me? Like literally consistency is the only thing that I think that I really did differently compared to all of my previous drops. Like for example, recently, I think for the past 4 or 5 months, I've dropped a collection every single month. Okay, everything pre-made, never missed a month, and like just doing that in 4 to 5 months have changed my business so much, and I feel like that really helped me out a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's like really hard because the thing with, if you want to be consistent, bro, like you gotta have so much like volume. You know what I'm saying? Because there's gonna be fuck ups, there's gonna be mistakes. There's going to be times where like your manufacturer messes up. There's going to be times where a sample doesn't turn out good. There's going to be times when your agency doesn't send your shit on time. Like, I'll give an example, guys. Like I had a drop that I was supposed to do last month. Okay, this is little insider info, but pretty much the 2 flannels that I'm supposed to drop this month was supposed to be dropped last month. And there's another purple jacket that I was supposed to drop last month, but the zippers were all rusted, so I had to send that shit back. And there's another pair of sweats that was supposed to drop last month, but they had to fix something. So pretty much my manufacturer messed up on 4 fucking bulk orders, bro. Like these Chinese people don't understand English. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like I'm trying to, like, I don't understand if if Chinese people are like good with English or they're using translator, some shit like that. But goddamn, bruh, like these these manufacturers are tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like every single time, I don't know why. Like I try not to crash out on my manufacturers because, like I need them. You know what I'm saying? Like they need me, I need them. But can they not follow instructions? Like what the fuck is going on? These motherfuckers messed up on 4 bulk orders. Like that was supposed to drop last month, which is half of my drop, guys. Like those 4 products were supposed to be 4 of the products that I was gonna drop, but they messed up on that shit. So I'm like, fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like I gotta drop some different shit, you know what I'm saying? But because I had a lot of other bulk orders in production already, like it didn't matter really, because I had so much inventory and so many new products on the way. So I just dropped whatever else was here. So why do they give you rusted zippers? I don't know, because they're fucking Chinese, bro. I don't like, what the fuck? Like, these guys are actually, like, they're weird, you know what I'm saying? But pretty much what happened was they messed up on 4 bulk orders. And I was like, you know what, bro? Just take it back. I shipped it back to them. They picked it up. They fixed it. They're going to ship it back to me now. But that's the first lesson, is consistency. Number 2, I would say capital plays a very big role, to be honest. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't talk about capital. And the main purpose of capital is like, you need to reinvest a lot of the money back into the business, you know? So like, if you take out a lot of money from your clothing brand, you spend it on some random shit. Like that boy fucking Brandon bought a 2K Acne Studios backpack. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have spent that shit on a bulk. That boy Joel be buying like 2K like Ricks. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to understand, all the money that you reinvest into a business, it's gonna usually multiply and make you way more money back. And then I would say a final thing, I guess tip or lesson that I've learned is you have to just focus on one marketing channel. And I think this only happens once you become on a bigger scale, is like, you need to dominate a specific marketing channel every single time. So like, for example, I don't do influencer marketing anymore because I genuinely don't have time for it, and I don't have enough inventory for it, like influencer marketing. Like, for example, I don't need to send it to influencers to hype up my drop before I drop something, because I automatically sell out anyways. Now, if I really want to scale from like 200-300K a month to like 500-600K, I do need to implement. I mean, I feel like I could really do it with ads realistically, but like, if I really want to speeden up the process, you know, that's when I implement influencer marketing. But right now, I think I'm at a point where I have a lot of demand, but I don't have enough capital to like back up all that demand, if that makes any sense. Is 2.5K enough for a drop? Yeah, it is. How do you not crash out on menus? I do. So I mean, like I said, I have so much inventory that's in production. Like, I wasn't tripping too much when they messed up, but you have to like crash out on them, you know what I'm saying? So they can kind of get an idea of what not to do ever again. But yeah, the capital would catch up to the demand. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, bro. Like, the way I look at it is like, eventually you're gonna have enough capital, but if you want to scale fast, your bank account's always gonna be at like 0. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you own a business, okay, most of you guys probably can't relate to this shit, but like, if you own a business, your bank account is gonna go from like 0 to like 10K to 5K to 30K to 0 to 100K to 20K. Like, it's gonna go up and down multiple times. I think especially with the inventory based business. So, you know, because of that, like, you have to realize that you have to just not look at the actual capital standpoint. You can obviously use business cards as well. But like, the thing is like, even if I want to restock, okay, like for example, I have, oh my God, so many people telling me like, bro, restock X product. Like, you know, why do you never restock this shit? Like, why is there so little inventory? Bitch, like, the fuck? I want to order 1,000, but I can't, bro. Like, I don't have enough money for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys got to realize, I'm like, obviously I have decent amount of capital saved up and I have credit cards, etc. But I can't just spend fucking 30, 40 racks on one product that I don't know is even to be a proven winner. You know, that's the reason why I slowly scale up. Like, I don't order 500 pieces for a product that I just made. You know, like I slowly go up. So I go from like 100 to 200 to 400 to 600 to 800 to 1,000 to 1.2K. Like, that's how it works. You can never order like fucking 1,000 right away. Like, that's the stupidest thing that you can do ever, unless you're fucking filthy rich. Don't you feel that organic is a gamble? Is it not better to go in? I don't think it's a gamble. The main reason why is because if you think about it, it's free. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the equivalent of you walking down the street, right? And let's say you've never had a girl before, right? You've never had a girlfriend. You've never touched a girl before. You've never talked to a girl. You're literally single as fuck. And a girl, you know, you don't know who she is, and you don't know what she looks like, from the back taps your shoulders asking for your number, and you saying no without even looking at her. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, maybe she's chopped cheese, who knows? Like, maybe she's ugly as shit, maybe, who knows? Like, maybe she's 500 pounds, maybe she's a model. Like, you never know. But you have to look back to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to see for you have to see for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with organic. Does that make sense? Actually, I don't even know why the fuck I said that shit. When did you start paying yourself out? I feel like the situation you're in, if you're about to lose 700K, fuck, I can't read right now. When did you start paying yourself out? If you guys, okay, I mean, obviously I don't know how the legality shit works, but I don't need to pay myself out if I have more expenses than my profits, if that makes any sense. So the way it works, I believe, because I'm not an accountant, I don't know, I think you make half of your net profits. You feel me? So if you make 30K profit, you would take home 15%. Oh, okay. I think he's talking about the time where I almost lost 70K. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm gonna give you guys a story time on how I almost lost $70,000. $70,000, okay? Not 7K, not $7, 70,000. 700,000 munyons, okay? You guys, if you guys watch my video, you guys would know, but one day I was back in LA. Dude, this is the reason why I don't like going back to LA, bro. Like, there's too much shit going on there. I feel like the energy there is like, it's like weird. But I went back to LA, and this is the funniest thing. No, 70,000. No. 700,000 is crazy, bro. I don't even have. Wait, 700,000? No. I didn't lose $700,000. I lost 70K, but I got it back. I almost lost 70K. Okay, I'll tell you guys what happened. Just, like, chill out. So pretty much what happened is I went back to LA, right? I think this happened like recently. I went back to LA, and I came home a little late, right? Sorry. I came home a little late, and I went home. I went to my room, fucking tired. My mom comes up, you know what I'm saying? She was using the restroom or some shit. We start talking, right? We start talking about school. She's asking, like, how are you doing in school? I'm like, you know, the usual, fucking failing every single class. She's like, oh, okay. At this point, like I said, she's seen results. She's not tripping too much, you know what I'm saying? Like, compared to last time, or like a long time ago. So she's like, oh, okay. And then, you know, I start telling her that, you know, like, oh yeah, like, I might drop out, but if I do, like, you can't say too much because, like, I'm getting results. And she's like, yeah, I know, but it's risky. And I'm like, bro, like, chill, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I keep telling her, like, I got it. Like, I'm like this guy that got it, and like I keep telling her, like, it's fine. I do this shit. You feel me? Like, I'm not fake. Like, I actually do this shit. And then we have a conversation for like an hour, right? It wasn't nothing crazy. It was just like me like reassuring her that I can do this shit for you, and I got it. And because I was on the topic of me, telling her that I'm able to become successful, what I do after she leaves is I check my bank account, right? Because I'm like, bruh, like, you know what I'm saying? I just want to reassure myself, you know what I'm saying? So I check my bank account, and I have a business checking account that I don't use. Okay, I don't spend, or at that time I didn't use that at all. So I just had money just stacking up in there. And then, I checked that account, right? I checked that account, and, there was like $72,000 or some shit like that. I mean, dead ass, guys. There was like $72,000 in there. And I checked that account. There's like $1,000. Okay, there was $1,000. I swear, the day before I checked that shit, $72,000. I check it, $1,000. So I'm like, oh fuck, oh what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, is this shit a glitch? And I was like, what the fuck? So I swipe up from the app. I open Chase again. I check that shit, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And I check my phone. I'm like, fucking $1,000. You feel me? So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I clicked on the transactions, and first, I don't know what I forgot what it said, but it was like $70,000 minus, like minus 70 something thousand dollars or some shit like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't remember like taking 70K out of my account. Like, I don't use this account, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, at that time, I did not use that account. It was just an account that I just had just to be there. You feel me? So I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on? So I was pretty calm, right? I wasn't like, holy fuck, but I was like, holy fuck. So I search up on chat. I'm like, okay, this is what it said on my Chase account. And I lost 70K, right? And keep in mind, guys, it's fucking 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. or some shit on a fucking Saturday. Chase is not open. So I searched up on chat. I'm like, okay, what does this mean? And pretty much what chat said was, it's either fraud, okay, or someone hacked into your account, or it's like, I don't know, some sort of mistake or some shit. But you would never know, right? Because it doesn't say anything specifically. So I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, what the fuck? So I start talking to chat. Okay, I'm like, okay, well, I'm in this situation. This happened. What are the steps? Like, tell me what to do. And then, they tell me a phone number to call, right? And they wake up at 4 a.m. or like 4 a.m. my time. Or like they start working at 4 a.m. or some shit. And keep in mind, it's like 2 a.m. So I'm like, you know what? I'm sleeping. Okay, I'm just gonna sleep because I have to wait 2 hours anyways. So I'm just gonna sleep, and then I'm gonna wake up at 4 a.m. I'm gonna call them to see what happened. Now, I couldn't sleep. I don't know what it is. I mean, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I'm not like a really like a money flashy type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like money comes and goes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, it doesn't define who you are. Like, I'm not crazy materialistic. Like, I haven't bought a new car in a while. I don't really buy designer. Like, I'm not really like a crazy moneyholic, but 72,000 is a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like it's like nothing. It's like, it's a decent amount of money. So I'm like, okay, bet. I call them. I couldn't sleep, so I was like, I'm just doing research. You know what I'm saying? They're searching about Reddit, doing all these things, and I call them after 2 hours. It's like 4 a.m. for my time. I call them, like, bro, like, okay, well, my account, $72,000 was gone. I don't know what's wrong. Can you tell me what's wrong? And some Indian guy is like, oh, we don't know, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's definitely, like, that guy has no idea what to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like the customer support type of guys. Like, he doesn't really know what he's talking about. So he transfers me to someone else, okay? I call them. I'm like, what's wrong? Like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, I don't know. It's a Saturday. We would have to check on Monday, blah, blah, blah. But the problem here was that, Chat GPT told me that you have to contact them within 2 days or some shit, 48 hours for you to get your money back, right? Even if it was fraud, because I didn't know what it was. So I'm like, bro, like, you have to be kidding me. Like in 2 days is Monday, but by that point it's been 2 days. So what if I don't get my money back? And she just keeps like, I don't know, bro. Like, these motherfuckers are not useful. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing their job. So I'm like, all right, shut the fuck up. So I close the fucking phone. I go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know what? Worst case scenario, I lose the money. Fuck it. Like, I'm not like dead or anything. Like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is a lot of money. I'm not gonna sit here and act like $72,000 is not a lot of money. It's like a whole ass car, bro. That's a fucking Corvette. I could buy 2 Corvettes with that, or like I could have 2 Corvettes with that shit. So what happens is I pretty much the next day I call them again, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? And they tell me some bullshit, bro. Like, they're talking about some random shit. Like, they don't explain how it got missing. And then a couple days later, Monday comes around, and I finally call the fucking customer support that's been, I've been wanting to call since Saturday, because they're finally open on Monday. And I call them, and they tell me, your account is closed. So we took the $72K out, and we're shipping the check to you. Okay? So I was like, what does that mean? And pretty much, guys, what happened was, for some weird reason, they closed my account. All right? I don't know why. And they did not give me any notices, anything like that. They closed my account. And then from there, they just took the $72K out of my account, and they mailed it to me as a check. Now, I was like, what the fuck? Like, why are you not giving me a heads up that you're closing my account or some shit? Because I thought I got scammed, or I got like some motherfucker frauded me. And they were like, oh, well, that's just our policy. So what ended up happening is they sent me the check in the mail of $72,000, and then I put it back into my bank, into a new checking account. Okay, so that's what happened. Yeah, I know the ending was kind of boring, but I mean, I almost lost 72K, but that shit was crazy. It was Chase. Yes, it was unfortunately Chase. I don't know what exactly happened. I believe I don't even know. Maybe like there was too much money deposited at that account. You know what I'm saying? In a very short time period, so they thought it was like some scamming shit. Yeah, so the rest of the money they also just shipped back to me in like a fucking check. Story time on getting a Corvette. Okay, boys, this is the last story time, and I'm ending this fucking live because my throat is hurting like crazy. I need to work out. Okay, Corvette story time. How I got my Corvette at 21 or 20 or something like that. So if you guys listen to the past or this whole stream, I got a Tesla, my first ever car, when I was 19 or some shit. Okay, and then pretty much what happened was I had the car, but I was like, like Tesla's nice, but I kind of want something flashy. I think I deserve something like a nice car. And pretty much what happened was, for a very long time, I wanted to get a Corvette. And the main reason why was because I thought it was the best bang for your buck, right? It's not crazy expensive. It's like 60 to 80K. It looks crazy, right? And I feel like it'd be a good first sports car. Okay, it's not a supercar, but a good first sports car. So, I started to do some research, right? And the thing is like, if you guys know, every time you want something, the universe will show it to you multiple times. So every single day I would see Corvettes driving, and it would make me happy. I'm like, bro, like I'm gonna get that shit soon. You know what I'm saying? So I would see these Corvettes drive around, and I was like, one day that will be me. So, I pretty much do some research, right? And I'm like, okay, maybe, it's not too bad, right? Because if you think about it, down payment, very expensive, but, the payments per month isn't like anything crazy. So I do a little bit of research. My criterias for the car is, number one, it had to be a convertible. Okay, I wanted a convertible. I wanted the interior to be a specific color. Like I didn't want just regular black. I wanted like, peanut butter, red, white, something different. I didn't want the basic ass color. And I wanted the 3LT. Okay, so pretty much, if you guys don't know anything about Corvettes, there's a 1LT, 2LT, and 3LT. 3LT is the top tier. What does it actually have? I don't fucking know, but it has a lot of benefits. So what happens is I do a little bit of research, right? I'm looking around, and I tell my parents, right? This is a week before I actually buy the car, by the way. A week before, I go to LA for some reason, and I'm talking to my mom, right? I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, like I want to get a Corvette, and she's like, what the fuck did he just say? Okay, like that's what she said in Korean. She's like, what the fuck did you just say? I'm like, I'm trying to buy a Corvette, and this time I'm saying a little bit quieter because I can tell she's about to get mad as shit. And she's like, why? Like, you already have a car. Okay, basic ass Asian response. You already have it. My dad was there too, actually. So I explained to her. Okay, I told her, well, number one, I just want it, and it's my money. You're not paying for shit, and I think I deserve it as a present for myself. And also, I told her, like, yeah, I mean, if I get a Corvette, people will see that I got a Corvette, and they'll see, like, they will respect it. You know what I'm saying? I was pretty much saying, like, it'll bring in a lot of attention, and I was telling her, like, attention equals money. So I was like, it'll bring a lot of attention, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And my dad and my mom was very, very opposed to this shit. But I told them, like, I mean, I'm not getting it right now. I'm just saying, like, in the future, right? Later in the year. And keep in mind, this is like this is like February. You know what I'm saying? So my original plan, boys, was to get a Corvette late in the year once I hit like 100K or some shit in a month, or like some goal like that, like consistently. I was like, I think that's when I should get a Corvette. So this is like January or like February, and my original plan was to get the car like November, okay, of like last year. So what happens is I find a Corvette, okay? It's burgundy inside and burgundy outside, and the burgundy seats, holy fuck, that shit was so pretty. That shit looks so nice. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna put an inquiry in. And I put it in, and it got taken. Like, someone else bought that shit, and it was a really good price too. Okay, so I was like, fuck, like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna find a different one. And then a week later, after I told my parents that I'm gonna buy it late November. Okay, keep in mind, guys, I told my parents I'm not buying a car right now. I'm gonna buy it late November. Okay, so that's like 8 months later. You know what I'm saying? So from their perspective, they're like, okay, whatever. He's probably just gonna buy that shit like later in the year. A week later, I find another Corvette. Okay, peanut butter interior, convertible, 3LT. You know what I'm saying? Like everything I wanted, and it was like an hour away from LA. So pretty much, I drive up to LA. Okay, a week later, after I said that, and I show up to my parents' doorsteps, and I tell them, or they're like, "Oh, why are you here?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm buying a Corvette tomorrow." And they were like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm buying a Corvette tomorrow." And they were like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" So I literally showed up unannounced a week later, saying that I'm gonna buy a Corvette tomorrow. Now, obviously, was I actually gonna buy the car? I mean, yeah, I was going to, but if there was problems with it, obviously I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not stupid, but considering that everything was good to go, the specs were right, and everything I wanted was in there, I was gonna buy that shit. I just didn't tell them that. I just told them, yeah, I'm just gonna take a look at it. You know, if I do buy it, like, I guess I will buy it. If not, then I won't. So I pretty much, I go to the dealership. It's like an hour away. I bring my friend, right? I bring my friend, and you know, I'm looking at the car. Fucking pretty, bro. Like, you know, you guys will, I feel like this is the feeling that you will never feel ever again. You know, I feel like if I do get another car, like, I won't be like crazy excited about it because it's not like my first ever sports car. But when I saw the Corvette, I was like, I just fell in love. I just knew I was gonna get that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I show up at the doorstep of the dealership with a camera. And they're like, what the fuck? Like, everyone was looking at me weird. I'm like, yeah, I have a YouTube channel, whatever. Like, if you don't want me to record, just tell me. But they're like, I'll chill with it. So I go inside the dealership. I look at the car. It looks pretty as fuck. I drive it. I test drive it. It looks nice. I'm just sold at the point. Like, the motherfucker could have told me that there was like engine issues or some shit. I still would have bought that shit. I'm being dead ass. Okay, I was just sold. I was just like, I need this. I just fucking need this car. So what happens is, after the test drive, we go inside, and that's when we start talking about numbers. And I kid you not, guys, we were there for 6 hours. 6 fucking hours. I'm being dead ass. And the main reason why is because I was 20 or 21 at the time, and it's hard to get your car approved if you're that young. You know what I'm saying? And I think I messed something up in the credit application. So we were there for 6 hours. They were running numbers. I think I had to put a deposit of like 25K instead of like 20K. So I put 25K down. And pretty much I stayed there for 6 hours, and eventually I get approved and I got the car. Now, during those 6 hours, I called my parents. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm low-key gonna get the car. You know what I'm saying? I'm low-key gonna get that shit. I'm not even gonna lie. And they were like, bruh, like, you had like, and they were getting pissed because, I mean, rightfully so, right? I mean, they were getting pissed because I didn't tell them the day before. You know, the insurance thing is like confusing because like they have to figure out what insurance is gonna be. Like, they were just pissed off, and I could tell. But I was like, you know what? I mean, someone being mad is temporary. Happiness is, for me, for the car, was forever. So I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm getting it. So like, you have to help me out here. So, you know, I think for insurance or some shit, they helped me out, and eventually 6 hours later, I get the car. I drive back to my hometown. Okay, LA. I pull up to my parents' house, right? Because I'm driving back, and I pull up. They see the car. They're happy as shit. They're happy as shit, bro. They're happy as shit. They're happy as fuck. They are smiling from ear to ear like this, and they're like, holy shit, this shit's nice. Okay, I turned that shit on. I put the roof off, convertible. You know what I'm saying? And guys, these guys, like, my parents are like traditional ass Asian parents, so like, they've never seen shit like this ever in their life. So they're like, holy fuck, this shit's crazy. And you know, apparently after that, my dad was like going around telling everyone like, oh yeah, my son just bought a Corvette, blah blah blah. And yeah, that's literally how I got the car. And then I drove back to San Diego with the car, but the thing was, like, there was like a sticker on the car, and I was like, how the fuck do I get rid of it? And they're like, oh, you have to come back. So I drove another 3 hours back to the place like 2-3 days later to get that shit removed, but they weren't even open. And they also, like, okay, I feel like that dealership, I'm not gonna lie, like, they were nice to me, but follow-up wise, it wasn't great, because they also, like, apparently the DMV sent me like a chargeback notice of like the initial fee of the registration or some shit. So I don't know how that shit works, but I'm pretty sure the dealership charged back on the registration, so I would have to pay for it. And there was also no wheel lock. So like, if you guys know, if you want to wrap a car, you need to take the wheels out of a car. But they did not give me the fucking lock, the key to the locks. So, the person that wrapped my car was complaining to me about it, and just like a whole lot of shit happened with the dealership. But I mean, it's in the past now. But yeah, I mean, that's how I got the car. And yeah, I mean, I wrapped it red. I still have it currently. We'll see what I do with the car. I'm still driving it here and there, you know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much it. WWW. Yes, yes. B Kim said something about warehouse today. Nah, I am not going today, bro. I think we're going tomorrow. Alright, boys, sounds good. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this stream. I had some free time today, so just did a quick little stream today. Thank God this shit's working on an iMac. But yeah, I'll see you guys probably in a couple days. I'll try to stream more often, you know what I'm saying? And let me know if you guys have any questions about streams, or if you guys want me to do a specific type of streams. Guys, make sure you guys join the Discord, okay? Join the Discord, because I always share the Discord, and we announce the Discord before we stream. But yeah, that's pretty much it, boys. Peace. Have a good one, boys.